Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. The Commanders' offense set to go to work, and they're led by the veteran who's bounced around a bit in season number 8 now. It's Jacoby Brissett.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Once more, Gibson.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Off the play fake, here's Brissett. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a 1st down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep the string of good games going.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown has 6 touchdowns of the season. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Boy, Charles, his offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2.
He'll look to throw. It's caught. And it's 8-0. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Brissett to throw on first.
Checks this one down to Robinson.
They went 3-and-out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
A 1st down throw for Brissett. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, He just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. And they're going to motion dots into the left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. You look at this Eagle defense. They've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
I mean, you get ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL. It does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. And no return here. Where will they spot him? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that is incomplete.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Hurts. And this one is incomplete.
Not much happening offensively here early on. That's 2 drives and 0 first downs. This defense, they've come to play, and they're the better of the 2 units here so far.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
I know they got the first down, but Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it. But I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, a kick's either a punt, right, field goal, or a point after touchdown. It's okay to end it in a kick.
They go with a former Lion. It's DeAndre Swift. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. They'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 26. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's a toss play right to Swift. Down to the 22-yard line. The Eagles at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited. Not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. they're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
From the 22 now, here's the 2nd down and 6.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Chris Watkins, a 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2.
They'll try and throw for it. And the conversion good. He's got it. So the lead swells to 16-0.
I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're down a couple of scores, 16-0, as they start things out with a 1st and 10.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Hassan Reddick coming through with a stop there and a tackle for loss to boot.
2nd down, Brissett.
This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas.
16 yards on the play as they try to chip away at this 16-point deficit. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
The man they call Scary Terry remains one of the best at taking the lid off of a defense. Not only a top 10 season in terms of yards, but he averaged over 15 a catch and was named to his long overdue first Pro Bowl.
They'll throw again. Brissett
over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will.
Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the...
Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson.
His 1st touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders get a bit closer.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that trims the lead down to 9. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards.
And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
And out now come the Eagles.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense. The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They go play action with Hurts.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. A big play there for Philly. 51 yards.
On first down, Hurts. Got him in. It's Brown. 11 yards for number 11. And he is the NFC rating offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. Back to throw again. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive. There was a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
Kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because you know what, the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
A second down throw for Brissett. Here's a screen for Robinson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Into the air once more. It's Brissett. And that is incomplete. He had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. Back to throw now in his own end zone. He finds his man complete. That's Watkins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
At the 9-yard line.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Play action. Here's Hurts. Again, that's Watkins. 23 yards the pickup there. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Hurts to throw. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Second down. Here's Hurts. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have... All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They go back to the ground, this time Swift. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
There's 6 DBs on the field for Washington on third down. Throwing is Hurts. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
They're going on fourth down with Hurts. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And fights him off. Going deep here for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 30. 36 yards on the play.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Hurts.
This is caught. It's Brown.
It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete.
And they're going to lose some on this play.
Being knocked back to the 18. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Throwing. Brissett. This one left side caught by Gibson. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here. Here's Brissett. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Backs it away. Falls down incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
So here are the Eagles to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. They got 29 yards that time. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is caught. Touchdown! Chris Watkins. The 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham applied the heat off the edge.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge to stop.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Finding room at midfield. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 79 yards. And the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Or any speed limits out there, and off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 21. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. On first down, Hurts. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown, Eagles! DeAndre Swift, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. A time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? But usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Brissett to throw on first. He's going to let it fly. He's got it in. Complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit. Now Brissett. And that's caught at the 2. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turns into a nice play.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. This is first and 10. Here's Brissett. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
Brissett.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
4th down, Brissett. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Throwing is Hurts.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Got a man. It's gone. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And that's going to be caught front. Eagles touchdown.
Chris Watkins.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Eagles tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out. I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Brissett on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Brissett's throw complete to Dotson.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
3rd and short yardage, Brissett. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Brissett to throw for it on 4th. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go
for with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Play action. Here's Hurts. This is caught. And the Eagles are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. On 1st and 10, Brissett. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League. But fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Philadelphia, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, they'll fall back to 500 at